Hi guys, Wakka here. Let's create some nice curves and arches. So rather than just a boring arch, we'll do something a bit nicer. So a lot of people just show you a basic arch, but let's let Wakka show you one of his nicer arches. Probably looks really nice on Windows, but you can use this method in any way you want to do. First thing, let's draw a brush. So I've got just some basic concrete, and it's in a flat line. I'm looking from the top view downwards. If I look from the other side, it's going to not create the way I want to create the curves and arches the way I want to. We're going to go to patch, we're going to go to curve, and we're going to create a simple curve patch. Now, the last time I used this, I had 7x7. It's, you know, that's quite, for this size, it's quite a nice density. So we're going to click OK on that. I'm going to press V for Victor. I'm still looking in the top view. Now there are various ways, you may have seen tutorials how to create curves and arches, but I'm going to show you a slightly different way because we're going to create something a bit more beautiful than a boring arch. So I selected all those vertices inside. I'm going to go to this view, so I'm shift tabbing so I get to that view. Holding the Alt key, I'm just going to select around here and I'm going to drag upwards. So now we have a curve with a flat roof, but I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to then highlight the inside vertices. You can see it's just the inside one. I'm then going to drag that up, and there, now I've got it. It's like a double arch thing going on here. It looks a lot prettier, really. I might want to make this into a window frame or a doorway, or it could be even a long tunnel. We could pretend it's going to be a doorway. It can be anything you want. But at the moment we can only see the top side surface because it's just one simple patch. You can't, there's no texture. We could invert it if we were only going to see it from this view. We could control I and the texture is therefore inverted and you won't see it from that side. So there we go. So but we'll re-invert it, but we're going to thicken it now to give it a bit more depth and feel to it. So we go to patch. We are going to go to thicken, so you could control shift here. I'm going to click OK. Right, now we've thickened it, but I'm looking at this and it looks a bit jagged. We don't really want jagged. I don't do or ugly. It's just not right. So we're going to select the inside. So I'm going to selection, select inside. Holding down shift, I'm going to use the right hand bracket key. That's the one nearest your enter. Obviously if you've got a different keyboard to the English standard that I'm using, it could be somewhere else on your keyboard. But if I hold down shift and start tapping it, it's going to fill out the vertices and rows and make it a lot denser. So when I press escape, look, this is a lot smoother now. Okay, we have this quite rough pointed bit, but I've done that on purpose. You know, we've got this nice smooth bit and we're creating another arch. That's on purpose. So there, that's going to look quite nice as an entranceway. So we could select that. Selection, select inside. As the player height's down there, we'll just drag it all down to about there. Let's centre it a bit, and we could probably draw a wall here. So if we come down a bit, I don't need to be too neat on what I'm doing here. We'll just try and line it up as best we can, and we're going to press space on that so it's duplicated. And I'm only roughly matching this up because it's not for anything important. And there we have our entranceway, and it's not a boring old arch, it's got this double arch thing going on there, and we could put some lights in there. We could have a light hanging down. It gives the player enough room to move around. I don't feel so claustrophobic. And that's looking quite well. We could manipulate it if we wanted. We could select that inside part of the patch, and we could press V, and we could decide, you know what, we want to add a bit of roughness to it, so I guess we could start bringing down some of the curves points. If we bring this, so it's just giving it a little bit of an indentation. We can't see really without a light. Maybe we need to drop a light in. So let's just quickly find a light. Let's quickly drop a light in there. We might be able to see that a bit better. And build lighting. So I don't know if you can see, but you can sort of see that's a dip there. Now you've got a little bit of roughness going on to it. So if you want to create damage, you might want to sort of bring that in a bit, paint another texture on top, give it a bit of damage decal, and maybe put a rebar model in. For example, if I did a rebar model now, just quickly, because I believe that's what we need to do. And there should be a nice rebar model somewhere. Come on. Never goes fast enough when you want it to. Here we go, so here's a bit of a model, so we could just whack that in there. Rotate. It's probably a little bit big for this patch, but we're not going to worry about it too much. We're just going to bring it in there. So when we're looking, you see it's got a bit of damage coming out. If we'd manipulated the brushes in each of the vertices, you know, you could press V, you could you could add extra columns and rows and so on, just so you can start manipulating at the finite level. So you can insert more rows on this, and then you start dragging them around. So if I just highlight that, we could start manipulating little bits here and there, just to give it a bit of a feel. And it's going to have a damage feel. We're not going to do a lot here now, but I'm just giving you new ideas. But anyway, this is Wakka's nice arch with a bit of damage. There's nothing hard to arches. It's a nice, easy thing to do. There are other ways of creating arches and curves, and I'm going to show you how to do those later. But that's just a quick rough shot guide on how to do them. Thanks, guys. Bye.